Well, good evening, all you Trojan fans from Halifax High School. Tonight, the Trojans have traveled down here to Halifax to take on these Halifax Wildcats in a Twin Valley and Tri-Valley League ball game for the UDA Trojans. The Trojans coming into tonight's ball game with a record of 1 win and 2 defeats. The victory coming last week, of course, at home when we defeated those Blue Devils from Shenandoah Valley up at Upper Dauphin just last week. And so tonight they take their act on the road again, and this time it's down here to Halifax to take on the 3-0 Wildcats, who have had a fresh start this season, a good start, as they are undefeated in 3 tries, having defeated Pine Grove, Camp Hill, and just last week Williams Valley, up at Williams Valley. So this will be a formidable ball game for the young Trojan outfit to come down here and try to destroy their homecoming. It's homecoming tonight here at the ballpark, and so the Trojans would like nothing better than to spoil the homecoming festivities. And the Trojans are at the east end of the field now and just about ready to make their appearance. We understand that they will be without the services of Jimmy Savage tonight. Jim having a problem, a physical problem that he's played with the last couple of nights, couple of ball games, but it has taken its toll now, and Jim is going to have to sit out for a couple of weeks at least, and so we hope that his recovery is both complete and quick. But in the meantime, the Trojans will then probably count on that Stephen Minnick, number 9, to fill in the spot there vacated by Savage. So we'll see how they make out now as the Trojans make their appearance on the ball field, and might add tonight that we are in a strange position here, as the coaching staff has the booth over here, what would be normally the TV booth, and we are operating from the top row of the visiting bleachers here with Upper Dauphin fans who are in attendance tonight all over us, and good crowd for tonight's ball game. There's a couple other, at least one other good ball game in the league tonight, and that would be when Williams Valley travels over to Lion Mountain to take on the Eagles. So in the meantime, we'll see what our white-clad Trojans can do here now against these Halifax Wildcats. We'll have the toss of the coin and the opening kick coming up here in just a moment. Co-captains out there tonight for UDA, Dave Schell, number 22 is Lautenschlager, and number 28, Keeney. Working the way we are tonight without the help of someplace to lay the clipboard. I do not have the names of the Halifax ball players, but we can pick some of those up from the announcer, I'm sure, as we go along. I know Travis Bills is the quarterback for the Wildcats, and the other running backs and so forth will pick up as we go along. Now the coin toss has already been made. Halifax has won, and they have elected to receive the opening kickoff, so the Trojans will be kicking off to the Halifax Wildcats here in just a moment. Any bumping or unusual bumping that you see on the video tonight is due to the fact that people are still filing in here, and as I said, we are operating from the bleachers, so they are bumping in along as we speak. So we're ready for the opening kickoff now. The Trojans look pretty much pumped up here at the opening going anyway, so we hope that they can continue that way as the crowd stands for the national anthem and the alma mater, and we'll be right back with the opening kick. Number 82, Jason Henninger, has the ball teed up now at the 40-yard line as we get set for this opening kick.
Number 5, Kyle Miller, and number 8, Dustin Houts.
Miller and Houts back to receive the kick for the Halifax Wildcats. So here's the opening kick of tonight's ball game. Should be a good one. Whoa, wait a minute. He tripped on the way up to the ball. It's taken at the 35-yard line. Up to the 40-yard line he goes, and he's going to be gang tackled more or less out there. Coming up to make the stop on him, number 64, and that's
number 64,
Ethan Waters making the stop on him here for UD. Kyle Graff also in there, as he called him down here, Graff. It's Grafe, I think.
38.
I'll have to find out whether it's Grafe or Graff. It's spelled G-R-A-F. Looks like Graff, but I think they might say Grafe. So at any rate, ball's on the 38-yard line of Halifax, where it'll be 1st and 10. Now, Bills is the quarterback, and as I said, we'll pick up the rest of these guys. The angle tonight is a little different. We're low. We're probably only standing 7 or 8 feet above ground level. So it might be a different perspective on the whole ball game. Pitches over there for that number 44 something. He's got some yardage out around the 45-yard line. That's Anderson with the pitch from Bills. Goes to the 46-yard line. Gain of about 6 on the play. Lucas making the stop for UD. It'll be 2nd and 3. Actually picked up 7. The Bammer bats out there calling the defensive signals for UD. Gain of 7 on the first try. 2nd down, 3. Ball's at the 46-yard line. Draw it up the middle, he goes with it. This is going to be close to a first down as number 30, Micah Miller. Looks like he might be short of the first down, and it'll be 3rd down and a yard. Dave Shell making a stop that time for the Trojans, number 10 out there, David Shell. 3rd and 1. Playing right out in front of us here now on this 3rd and 1. Quarterback wants to throw. Bills tosses one on the right side. It is complete and knocked out of bounds over there.
Incomplete.
Oh, it's incomplete. Okay, I thought he caught it, but Jared Lucas might have got a hand on that. It's hard to see from this angle, as I said. It'll bring up a 4th down now. So Trojans, whose defense played very well last week against the Schuylkill Valley, really need to dig in here now as they will go for it from the 47-yard line. Or are they going to punt? No, I think he's just back in a shotgun formation, goes Bills. No, it's a punt. All right, nobody back for UD. I'm not sure if they wanted to do that or what, but it gets a heck of a good Halifax roll all the way down to about the 7 or 8 yard line.
Travis Bills is down.
Nice punt by Travis Bills. They say it's at the 7, and at this angle again it's a little difficult to tell. But at any rate, 1st and 10 now for UD. Brian Faust into the lineup for UD at the quarterback spot. And indeed, number 9, Stephen Minnick, is going to be the running back tonight in the ball game. He'll be lining up behind Nick Huffman. So we'll see what happens here now on a 1st and 10. UD on their own 7-yard line. Up the middle with it comes Huffman. He's out to around the 10, picking up about 3 or so on the carry. It'll be 2nd down and 7. 2nd and 7 for UD. 54 in there is Kinch, 70 is Bueller. Pick up some of these other guys as we go along in that UD offensive lineup. Looking to pass. Fires one down the right side. It is complete. And then a fumble occurs afterwards. And let's see. No, they're going to say it's an incompletion now.
Pass
intended for Shell, but it's ruled as an incompletion. Looked like it bounced off Dave, and everybody thought it might have been a fumble, but it was ruled an incompletion, and so brings up a 3rd down and 7. So on a 3rd and 7, UD will line it up with that I formation in the backfield. As Brian Faust will look him over. Big play here for UD because they need a 1st down. Faust will hand this one off. Up the middle with it comes Stephen Minnick, but Stephen's going to be well short of the 1st down, and will bring up a punting situation for UD. And so the Trojans will be looking to get off a good punt now as, again, it's going to be Henninger in there to punt for UDA. Henninger will be standing back about a yard or so deep in the end zone. Now he's going to step up about to the end zone. Let's see if he gets a good snap off here now. Good snap, and not too much of a rush. A nice punt coming out here. It's going to be taken at the 46-yard line, and he goes to the 50-yard line, and then he's going to be tackled out here by Kenny Batts, Shell, and number 59 for UDA. Kyle Graff, 59 here on the stop for UD also. Ball's at the 42-yard line of Upper Dauphin, 1st and 10 now. Some good field position here for the Wildcats as they start off on their 2nd series here in the opening moments of the ball game. 8:56 left here in the 1st quarter. Bills keeps it, has the option, pitches it out over there for 44, and he's going to travel around the right side, gets away from a couple of guys. Anderson bumped over there by Shell and by Huffman, or in Kevin Motter, they say.
The advances to the...
And a gain on the play of about 8. It'll be 2nd and 2. Second down and 2 now as Bills looks him over. Handoff is to that Anderson again, and he drives for the first down as he goes inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Tripped up in there, I believe, by Robert Keeney, making the stop in there for UD. And Keeney will exit the ball game now. Good stop by Robert. So it's first and 10 now from the 29-yard line of UDA. Trojans again now have to dig in here. Second possession of the ball game for Halifax, and they're penetrating here. Bills will hand this to Anderson again. Anderson over the right side. He got some running room down around the 10. The ball came loose. Let's see who's got it. It's going to be Upper Dauphin, according to the Upper Dauphin fans, or players, and that's indeed true, as Upper Dauphin causes the running back there, Anderson, to cough that ball up, and somebody recovered it down there. Couldn't tell from here who it was, but the Trojans catch a big break there now as they got the ball first and 10 on their own 15-yard line. First and 10, UDA. So now let's see if the Trojans can take advantage of that miscue there by the Halifax Wildcats. Faust calling the signals up at the line of scrimmage. Whoa, little movement, but nothing harmful there. Stephen Minnick won't get back to the 15 that time as he is cut down in the backfield for a loss of a yard or so in the play.
Stopped by number 59.
It'll be second down and 11.
Second down.
Okay, on a second down and 11 now from the 14-yard line. Trojans might have to try to hit somebody with a pass here, so let's see. Fausto handed off this time. It's Nick Huffman, and
number 6,
Nick Huffman, he can't do much with it either as the
number 30, Micah
Wildcats read that one really quickly. Micah Miller in there to make the stop for Halifax.
11-yard line.
Lost back to the 11. It'll be third and 14 now as Nick was trapped in the backfield that time. So Trojans finding it tough going up the middle of that Wildcat defensive line so far here in the ball game. Now let's see what they do now on a third and 14. We'll have to stay back a little bit, see if there's any passing going on here. Oh, Faust slips down and then goes down as he lost the footing down there. And that field might be slippier than it might appear from here, because if you remember, our punter last time, kickoff man, Henninger, had a hard time on the kickoff, and now here goes Faust down. And so going back to punt this time will be Henninger. So let's see if Jason can get a good punt off again. Nice snap. And the punt, not a bad punt. Going to come back out here, be taken in the air at the 30 or 43-yard line. And see him, look at him slipping. See, the footing is definitely going to be a problem here for both ball clubs. Anderson had trouble that time, caught it, deked left and right, and slipped both times. So Kevin Motter, number 8, making the stop out there for UD. And the ball will be at the 41-yard line of Upper Dauphin now. So both teams having a difficulty with the footing a little bit, it would appear out there. Had a lot of rain here lately. Of course, the summer was awfully dry, but lately with 2 storms, Dennis and Floyd, dumped a lot of rain here, and the field might be just a little bit soft. Here's Anderson up the middle with a big run, and he's going to go all the way for 6 as Anderson will take this one in from 41 yards out. There are no flags on the play, so Anderson just burst right down the middle that time, and as you could see, almost no one got a hand on him as he was able to go in there unimpeded and gives Halifax a 6-0 margin here now with an extra point try coming up. Adam Mattis is the kicker here at Halifax. So we'll see what kind of a kick he gets off here for the extra point try. Good snap, holds down, placement's up. Kick looks good from here. Is it? It is. It's good. So we got 6 minutes, 18 seconds remaining here in quarter number 1 on our McDonald's mid-pen scoreboard. It is 7-0 Halifax. Right back with the Halifax kickoff. 41-yard run that time by Anderson.
Wildcats, number 15.
Kevin Motter, Stephen Minnick back to receive the kick for UD. As Halifax gets her teed up here. And here we go. Nice boot. Going to go down the middle and be taken over to the right-hand side there now by Kevin Motter. Kevin works his way up to about the 18-yard line where Kevin is stopped stone cold out there that time. And the Trojans will put it in play at about their own 18. So it'll be 1st and 10. UDA. Mecca Miller making a big stop out there on Kevin as he was just about getting it ready and getting it going, and all of a sudden, boom, the big stop was made. 51 in there is Drew Hunter. I think Drew wears a different jersey every ball game. But you can tell Drew just by his run. Okay, here we go. 1st and 10. Motion coming over this way is Laudenschlager. Pitches back over this way. Now they're going to try a sweep here with Minnick, and Minnick is going to go down, and again, he lost the footing before he was hit. There were 2 Wildcats out there to stop him, but there is a loss on the play of 2. It'll be 2nd and 12. But again, the footing out there just absolutely atrocious, just like playing on a really slick field. Yet, if you look around at the grass and so forth, it doesn't look that way. From here, anyway, looks pretty nice, but both teams struggling to keep their balance. 2nd down, 12. Trojans so far in the ball game, negative yardage. Back to pass he goes. Dumps the screen over here for Nick Huffman. Nick trying to take it up the sideline here. He's dumped, and the ball came loose, but out of bounds it was, I believe, by the time Nick had lost the ball, it went out of bounds, or he was out of bounds. Miller making the stop for Halifax.
22.
Gain of
11.
About, well, I'm not sure. It's 3rd and 11. It's hard to see because the sticks are over on this side and the booth is here. Oh, there it is. About 3rd and 11. Third and 6 they make it now. Back to pass he goes. Over the middle. Fires one out this way, but it is too long. Intended it out there for Bo Hassinger, I believe, but overthrown by Brian Faust that time. And 4th down coming up here now for UDA. And again, the Trojans will be forced to punt. And again, that means Jason Henninger will go back to make the punt for UDA. Anderson, one of those back. They want him to catch the punt if he can, I'm sure. They're a big runner down here at Halifax, and a nice one. He is indeed. So, Jason gets a good snap off. He did. Nice snap. And the kick comes out high, not too awfully deep this time. And it takes a Halifax roll, and it's going to be, let's see, downed by Nick Huffman out here at the 37-yard line. So the Wildcats have put it in play, 1st and 10 on the Halifax 37-yard line. 4 minutes, 32 seconds remaining here in the first period. 7-0 Halifax. Beautiful, beautiful night for football. The sky is clear. There's a nearly full moon, or maybe it is full tonight, I'm not sure. But anyway, it's just a gorgeous night here to watch a football game. And I think if the field was a little better shape, it would be a great night to play a football game for the fellas, too, out there. Here's Bills. Pitch back here for Anderson. Anderson kind of slipped that time, but regains his footing. Gets away from a couple of guys. Finally, Nick Huffman wraps him up out here. Not much on that one, as he ran mostly laterally, picked up 2 yards for his efforts, and brings up a 2nd down and 8. But once again, it was evident out there that the footing, not too good. Out on the UD 35. Don't forget, of course, when we talk about the footing, it goes for the defensive squads also, as they try to dig in, make their rush, make their blocks and everything else, and everybody's slipping around out there. Here's Bills. He is going to get tackled this. No, he won't. He gets away, runs it down the middle, and look out. It's got a man to beat, and he'll go for 6. Nope, he got him down here in the corner as he gets inside the building here. But wasn't that something? As they had him stopped in the backfield, and he goes all the way down here and picks up a big first down, gets it down, in fact, down around the 10 or maybe inside the 10. So he should have been stopped. Just terrible tackling that time. They will have the 1st and goal from the 6-yard line now for Halifax. So kind of a bummer of a tackling job that time done by several Trojans who had him in the backfield and just could not bring him down. Trojans not aggressively hitting out there. They're bumping into him and hoping they fall down, but they're just not going to do that. Pitch back here for Anderson. Anderson trying the right side. He goes out over the right side, and did he get in? Yes, he did. Touchdown.
Anderson for the touchdown.
So Anderson for his 2nd TD of the night, a 41-yard one. This one about a 6-yard one, and it's now 13-0 with 3:04 remaining here in the first quarter, and an extra point try coming up.
The extra point, Travis.
Adam Mattis will again try an extra point. He was successful in his previous try. Snaps down, the placement's good. The kick is up, and the kick is good.
And good. With 3:04
And so
remaining
we got 3 minutes, 4 seconds left here in the first quarter. Halifax pulls out now to a 14-0 lead, and the Trojans are going to have to get the offense cranked up here now and get something going, as we don't want to fall too far behind these young fellas. And we'll be back with the Halifax kickoff here in just a moment. Don't want to get these guys too depressed here. Okay, we got her teed up again here now as we're set to kick off for the third time here in the ball game for Halifax. Nice, high, deep kick. Going to be taken down here at about the 9 by number 9, Stephen Minnick, and he'll dive ahead here to about the 20-yard line where he's going to be stopped by any number of... Or Kevin Motter it was, he said. Okay, I thought it was Stephen Minnick. At any rate, might have been Kevin. And
Tyler Chubb
brings it out to the 20, so it'll be 1st and 10 now as the Trojans go in here, and they're going to try to see what they can do here with some offense, as they've not done anything so far. Okay, now Brian Faust at the quarterback spot. He'll call the signal at the line of scrimmage. And goes back, looking to throw. Looking down the left side over there. Has a man out here, but just about caught. It would have been one heck of a catch. So Sean Laudenschlager was the intended receiver. Sean covered pretty much out here and made a heck of an effort anyway, as there were 3 Halifax Wildcats out here defending on that pass play. And falls as an incompletion. It'll be 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 now for UD on the 20-yard line. Same formation. Lucas, one of the people. Oops, here's a bad pitch back here intended for Minnick, and Halifax has it. So it looks like it's going to be one of those kinds of games here tonight, the way it looks now, as Halifax with another big advantage. He has recovered the fumble down on the UDA. Looks like about the 9-yard line. So it'll be 1st and goal again for the Halifax Wildcats on the Upper Dauphin 9. So game is starting to get ugly here in the first period. 2:46 left in the first quarter. 1st and goal, Halifax. Bill still has it, tucks it away, racing over to the right side, fires one to the end zone, complete for a touchdown. This time the number 22, Eli Wilbert, makes the catch. And it's now a 20-0 ball game with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left, and the extra point try coming up. It left in the first period, that is, and the extra point try coming up. But once again, it'll be Adams, I think it is, or no, not Adams, but forget the kicker's name, but we'll find out here in a second. Placement's down. This kick is good. Adam Mattis, that's it.
Is good.
And Mattis makes it 21-0 with 2:40 left here in the first period. And once again, the Halifax Wildcats will be kicking off to the UDA Trojans. Well, it looks like Motter and Minnick back to receive the kick again from Mattis. And here comes his kick. He's been kicking them nice and high and deep and getting good coverage from his Halifax Wildcats. This is a little low. It kind of squirts down there. And let's see. It's going to be picked up by Kevin Motter, and Kevin battles his way ahead for several yards out to about the 25-yard line, somewhere in that neighborhood. So it'll be 1st and 10 as the Trojans will put it in play there.
On their own 21.
Justin Challenger, number 68 in the UDA offensive line for the Trojans. '59 Kyle Grafe as we go on a 1st and 10 now. Ball's at the 21-yard line, they put it. 21-yard line. And I think we might have offsides here on Halifax. We'll see.
15.
Penalties against the Trojans, an illegal procedure on the false start that time. So it'll bring up a 1st and 15 now. And sometimes when you have a game that's going bad, it continues to go bad. So the Trojans now in a hole. 1st and 15, ball back at the 16-yard line. And hold the phone again. We got yet another flag.
Prior to the snap.
Well, the Trojans get the last penalty back, as this time they do call Halifax for offsides. And that moves the ball back to the original line of scrimmage and makes it a 1st and 10. Well, let's see what we can do now on a 1st and 10. Oh, wait a minute. That'll move it back 5. It'll be 1st and 15. So now it's 1st and 15 again now for UD as they go back to the 16-yard line. 1st and 10. This time they'll get this play off as the handoff is to the big fullback back there, that Nick Huffman. And Nick drives it ahead for a couple of yards, I believe, to the maybe 18-yard line. Picking up 2, it'll be a 2nd and 13. So now we're looking at a 2nd down 13 for UD. Faust wants to throw. Fires one down the right side. It's tipped up in the air. Intended out there for Dave Schell. But goes as an incompletion. Broken up out there by Stevie Wirtz of Halifax on a good defensive play. Coming up a 3rd and 13. 3rd and 13 now looking at UD. Ball on the 18-yard line of Upper Dauphin. Back to pass goes Faust. See if he can get this one off. He fires one over this way. It is incomplete and out of bounds. It was intended for Jared Lucas, and Lucas took a pretty good shot as he got knocked out of bounds there, but it was going to be an incompletion no matter what, and so brings up a 4th down. And once again, the Trojans forced to punt, and once again, Henninger forced to get a good punt off here if he can. Halifax has had excellent field position all night long, as the Trojans have been forced to punt from very deep. As a matter of fact, Jason Henry will be stepping up to about his 7-yard line when he gets this one off. He's gotten some good snaps so far. Another perfect snap. And this kick is going to be high and should get some UD coverage back here, you would think, as it is taken out here at the 40-yard line. So the Halifax Wildcats with excellent field position at the Trojan 40. 1st and 10 now for the Wildcats. Got a minute and a half left here in the opening period, opening quarter. Halifax with 21 unanswered points out there. And again, the defense called a punt to try to hold these guys off the board if they can. And that 44 Anderson has been the big gun so far for the Wildcats. Bills will hand it to Anderson. Up the middle he goes, and he slips down after a gain of only about 2. Making the stop out there will be credited to Keeney, but Anderson, in truth, did slip down. Keeney gets credit for the stop. But picked up 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 8. Quarterback has it this time on his 2nd and 8 play. Fires it down the middle. It's good. 15's got it down to the 10, the 5, and it's going to be a touchdown for Adam Mattis. That one carried for 38 yards. A pass from Bills to Adam Mattis, who is the kicker, so he'll have the opportunity to kick his own extra point now. A nice pass play right over the middle from Bills to Mattis. And when Mattis caught it, there were no Trojans around, and he was able to just scamper in with that one, making it 27-0 with 47 seconds left here in the first period. So Halifax on their way to a century mark if they keep this up. So let's see what happens here now with the Mattis. See if he can be perfect here, 4 for 4. Good snap, placement's down, kick is up, kick is good from here, and it is. So the Halifax Wildcats remain perfect tonight. It is 28-0 at the 47-second mark of the first period. Okay, Mattis has it teed up again now for the 5th time here in the opening quarter. He is going to kick to the Trojans. Here comes that kick. Nice kick right down the middle, going to be taken over there by Kevin Motter. Kevin out to the 27 or 8-yard line.
29-yard line. First down.
Nice run back that time by Kevin, who hung on to that ball and brought it out there to the 29-yard line. They'll spot it, so it'll be 1st and 10 UD. Some of the best field position for the Trojans of the ball game here at their own 29-yard line. So let's see what we can do here now. You know, the kids feel badly when they get into a game like this, but just got to play harder. Got to start tackling with some enthusiasm or whatever. give Faust a little bit of protection. He's running around back there on the pass plays, and he is under hot pursuit all the time. Here comes Nick Huffman with a burst up the middle, and Nick will run it out to the 44-yard line before Bills tackles him. Well, the finest run of the ball game for Nick Huffman. Bills finally making the stop at the 44-yard line of UD. So that time he was able to run it out there. And I'll never understand why they just simply duck their head and duck into the tackler. And I'm certainly not criticizing Nick for that, but looked like a little deke there might have gotten him a little more yardage. But you see them do that so often, and I guess there's a reason, and that's why I'm the camera guy, and they're the football players. Anyway, Faust hands this one off to Minnick, and Minnick's trying the left side over there, but nothing doing, as they have some
Number 9,
Wildcats posted over that way to stop that run. Micah Miller in one of them, and he makes the stop for Halifax. And that ended the first quarter, and the crowd over here is thankful for that, because we've got a 28-0 score at the end of one. And we'll be back with quarter number 2 in just a moment. Second quarter now. We have a 1st and 12 for UD, or 2nd and 12, make that, as there was a loss on the last play. And now we're heading west here at the ballpark. Faust back to pass. Throws one down the right side. It is complete over there for Laudenschlager. And this time it's going to be Sean Laudenschlager knocked out over there at about the 45-yard line of Halifax. So that time Faust had an opportunity to throw it, and Laudenschlager with a nice catch out there for UD. Nice catch by Sean. He's not afraid to catch him. He'll catch him in any kind of situation. So he enters the lineup here a little late, and they'll have to tell him what it is. And I think Bo Hassinger has told Laudenschlager what the play is here now. So we're ready to go on a 1st and 10. I think that might be the first down of the ball game for the Trojans. First one I remember. Anyway, here's Faust again, scrambling for his life. Looking downfield. Now he's going to tuck it away, and he's going to run down to the 30. And then here comes a flag in here late. So let's see. Might have had a little piling on here at the end of that play, as the Trojans pick up what is close to another first down. But let's see. It's going to be a clip called against UD. Oh. So he got a clip on UD, and that's going to bring this one back. Darn it anyway. Brian that time running for his life and had picked up about 8 or 9 yards on the run, but then the clip at the end of the play, and perhaps you can see it on the video. I didn't see it live, but maybe it'll show up on here. I don't know. At any rate, you're going to bring it back, and it's going to come all the way back to about the 45-yard line of UDA. As a matter of fact, the 46-yard line is where it'll be. On the 46.
46.
And that'll make it first down and about 19. Yep. Well, let's see what happens here on a 1st and 19 now. Faust wants to throw again. Drops straight back, looking downfield. Fires one down there, and it's going to be, wow, almost picked off by 37. Looks like Lucas probably was the intended receiver.
Number 37, Tyler Chubb.
But Chubb had the best opportunity of grabbing that one. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 19. But we have a 2nd and 19 now. UD forced to go to the air with a 28-0 deficit. Got plenty of time here in the first half. Need to get on the board once or twice if we can. Back to pass goes Faust again. He's going to dump a screen this time over here for Minnick. And Minnick at the 50, the 45, and out of bounds at about the 40-yard line, somewhere there. Stephen Minnick with a nice reception on that little screen out here. A nice pass there by Faust. Jury making the stop for Halifax. And the ball will be spotted at the 43-yard line. Bring up a 3rd and 7 or 8. Yeah, 3rd and about 8, I guess it is. So, on a 3rd and 8. The Trojans trying the air now and have been somewhat successful here. 3rd and 8. Here comes Huffman up the middle. Nick Huffman all the way down inside the 30 to the 27. Another nice run by that Nick Huffman. And Nick is getting some blocking out there from that left side of that Trojan line. And looks like 68 perhaps out there for UD. And that's that Justin Challenger. making a hole over on this side. Along with Grape, or Graff as they call him here. 1st and 10. Here comes Huffman again. Nick will take it just inside the 25.
To about the 25.
Somewhere around the 25, they'll spot this one.
Hain and 55, Kyle Jury.
Hain and Jury making the stop for Halifax. Gain of about 2 on the play, or 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Rob Bueller, 70. Right side, along with Kinch over there, 2 big boys on the right side of that Trojan offensive line. Only 2nd down and 7 play now. Faust looks like he wants to throw. Fires one over. Man is open. That's Lucas, Jared Lucas. And he can't get away from number 5, but it's another completion for Faust. Nice pattern that time, easily seen here on our video.
Ball is advanced to the 22, brings up
down at the 22-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 5. Gain of only about 3 on the play. 3rd and 5. So on a 3rd and 5, Trojans break the huddle here now. 8:58 left here in the first half. Faust will check him out, look him over. Nothing would be feeling better here than to get 6. Here's a pitch back here for Minnick, but that's not going to work as there is no blocking, and coming in there 22 and 30 for Halifax and knock Steven down back here before he can do anything with it. There is a flag, however, on the play. There's a flag here, and of course that could be, it's going to be face mask against Halifax. Well, even though we hate to see a face mask penalty called, at least this time it saves the Trojans a little bit, because there was a pretty big loss on the play back to the 31-yard line. They'll mark it off from there, and that's going to give the Trojans most a first down, or is it an automatic first down? I'm not sure. If a face mask is, I don't know. At any rate, the ball will be placed at the 15-yard line or the 16-yard line, where it'll be first down for UD. So the Trojans, with their absolutely best field position of the entire ball game so far, on the 16-yard line of Halifax, 1st and 10. Here comes Huffman with it. Nick bounces off the left side and gets not much, as they strung him out pretty well that time. Almost nothing on that one. Rupp making the stop out there. And bring up a 2nd down and 10. 2nd and 10 for UD. Ball just inside the 15, actually, so it's 2nd down and maybe 9. Yeah, 2nd and 9, actually. Faust will throw. Looking over the middle. It is complete down around the 6-yard line to Dave Schell. Schell slicing in there from his tight end position that time. And that brings the ball down to the 5-yard line. Somewhere in that neighborhood. And so it'll be 4th down. No, wait, they're going to measure this one. It's close to a first down. The measurement was in UD favor, as it is a first down. So it's 1st and goal from the 5-yard line for UDA. Now let's see if we can bang one in here. That would be a great lift to this Upper Dauphin Trojan team, who has been pummeled here in the first half of this ball game, and they need one badly. Here comes Nick with it. Yeah, I guess he's got it.
Carry number 6, Nicholas Hoffman.
Nick Huffman had it, and
Micah Miller.
Got no gain on that one. 2nd and goal from the 5. 2nd and goal from the 5. See if UD can punch one in here now. They need to do that. 6 minutes, 35 seconds remaining here in the first half. Second man is Minnick. He's tackled back at the 7 or 8-yard line. Loss on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd down and goal from about the 8. Just not getting some blocking on some of those plays when they hand it to the running back there. Maybe it's just a step or 2 longer to get the play going, and just kind of, here's a pass into the corner. We're not going to see what the result of this is, but I think it's no good. It's incomplete.
For number 22, Sean Loudenslager.
What I'm telling you here is where we're set up is the booth here that the coaches are in. This is the poorest of the facilities, may I say, of any of the ballparks that we will travel to this year. And that's amazing. We used to be across in the main booth, but they've cut that out somehow or another over there. So you see Mr. Sittlinger, Bob Sittlinger, why you can complain to Bob. Tell him you need a little bit better facilities. At any rate, it's 4th and goal now from the 9. So the Trojans' efforts here hinge on this one play. Faust would throw, except he's getting chased. Dumps one over the middle. It is complete for a touchdown. Yeah, Dave Shell. Way to go, David P. Shell of Lycans. Way to go, Dave. Attaboy, Dave. Way to go. All right, touchdown. And boy, the Trojans are battling out there. They deserve that one as they took that one in for 6. Pass to Shell, and a lot of credit given that time for Brian Faust, who hung in there that time with a pretty darn good rush and found Shell in the end zone and hit Dave. So here's Henninger's extra point attempt. Kick is down, kick is up. The kick is good. All right, so that should lift these guys a little bit, that's for sure. They are on the board now with 5:39 left here. In the first half, it's 28-7, and UDA will get a chance to kick off to those Wildcats. Well, Jason Henninger has her teed up again here now as we get set to kick off to the Wildcats. And here's Jason's kick. It is going to be nice, deep down here to the 10-yard line. Up with it comes number 9. Let's hit him and have a fumble. How about that? Well, nope, not going to happen that time, but a good stop out there anyway. Any number of Trojans, including Kinch, I believe, in on that one. No, it wasn't Kinch. 57, Knoll. And Miller. And 76, Jeff Teeter. In on that stop also for UD. So it is 1st and 10 for the Wildcats now. They ran it out to the 32-yard line. 5.5 minutes left here in the first half. Let's see the Trojan defense can come to life now as they've got the Bammer Bats out there, 24, along with Keeney in the linebacker position for UD. Ooh, a little bit of a, wow, just about fumbled that, but got it back here for Anderson anyway, and Anderson with a big gain all the way to the 47-yard line. And we have a flag on the play. Let's have a hold on Halifax. There is a flag down here now. Probably, let's see what we have. They're talking it over, and they're going to talk to the white captain. So that sounds good. That's against Halifax. As they talk to Laudenschläger. Sean says, take him back, throw him in the river. And they are going to bring it back, too. They're going to. The spot of the flag is down here at the 37-yard line, holding against Halifax. And that'll take the ball all the way back here to around the 25-yard line, make it the 26-yard line. So it'll be first down for Halifax now and 16 from the 26-yard line. They call a hold from the spot of the hold, and it makes it a 1st and 16. 5:12, the clock is moving now as they started up following the placement of the football. Bills pitches it back here to Anderson again. Anderson tries it up this side, but he's tackled on a nice low tackle that time by Keeney. Helped out there by
number 28, Robert Keeney.
By
Second down and 12.
Kevin Motter. But Keeney with the initial nice hit that time. Bobby's not big, as you can see. Just a little guy, but tough. And made an excellent stop that time on that Halifax Wildcats big runner there, that number 44, Anderson. He's a biggie. Not real heavy looking, he doesn't look, but he's big and tall. Pretty lanky. Okay, here's Bills. Bills wants to throw. Getting some good pursuit. He's rushing it over that way, and he's going to fire it down this side. Whoa, where's the flag? No, I guess it was intended for Wilbert out here. It's almost like a grounding, didn't it? He fired that ball into the dirt at any rate, but goes an incompletion. Will bring up a 3rd down play now. So the Trojan defense really showing some signs of life here. Good pursuit out there that time by that Waters. All right, one more big play, and the Trojans might get the ball back here. We can stop them here. Here's Bills looking to throw. Fires one, tipped in there nicely. As somebody up there, you can see who it might have been. Might have been Hunter, I'm not sure. Either Hunter or One of those, either 150 or 159, got a hand on that, I'm not sure, and broke it up nicely. So the Trojans have stopped them right here, and UD will get the ball back. 4:16 left here in the first half. And this will be Mattis back to punt for the Wildcats. Monner and Minnick back to receive this punt. Nice snap. And the punt goes over there on the side where Stephen Minnick will catch it at the 45-yard line and gets to the 47 before he is stopped out there. And UD will put it in play right in front of us here at the 48-yard line of Upper Dauphin. 1st and 10, Trojans. Fox with the stop out there for Halifax.
Upper Dauphin first down on their own 48.
So the Trojan defense looking good that time on that series. As the Trojan offense, now see if they can keep it generated here. They had some nice pass plays the last time, some good running by that Huffman. Here they're going to throw it again. He's looking, dumps one down the side over here. Man is out here. It's Bo Hassinger, and is Bo tripped? Yeah, but no flag on the play. Bo Hassinger was the intended receiver. A couple of Wildcats there defending on the play. And it will bring up a 2nd down and 10. 2nd and 10 now from the 47.5-yard line of UDA. It's right in the middle between the 45 and the 50. Faust will hand this one off, and caught in the backfield again is Stephen Minnick. Has 2 or 3 Wildcats in there on him almost immediately, including 75, that big Chris Ruff. Now there's an over-the-weight match if you ever seen one. Chris Ruff is about a 6'5" or 6'6" ball player, 200 and some pounds, and he's a biggie. And he just tackled Stephen Minnick and stopped him dead in his tracks, which you might expect. And a loss on the play of about 5, be 3rd down and 15. 3 minutes, 20 seconds remaining here in the first half. And they're going to have a little confusion here. Now timeout's going to be called by Brian Faust, as somehow or another, something between him and Onschlager, they couldn't quite get this play together. So he calls time, and we'll have Coach Kozier in there to sort it out. So we'll be back here in just one moment. 3 minutes, 14 seconds remaining here in the first half. Trojans trail by 21. Okay, here we go now. The timeout is over. Trojans looking at a 3rd and 15. Ball back at the 43-yard line of UDA. Well, let's see if the Trojans can spring somebody on this, and we'll stay back a little bit. Faust wants to throw. He's looking. He's firing one downfield, and it is going to be intercepted by Travis Bills at the 30-yard line. 35, he's up to the 40, up to the 45, still on his feet, dodging around, moving around, and then finally he's going to be hit down here by number 70, Bueller. We have people laying all over the place out here, but interception made by Bills.
By number 22, Sean Laudenschlager.
And Laudenschlager credited with the stop, among others, out there for UD. So the Trojans turn it over now, and the defense has to go back to work. It'll be on the 43-yard line of Millersburg, or of Halifax. It's almost like, well, but it seems like it might be at Millersburg, but no, not of Halifax, that is. All right, 1st and 10. Bill's throwing over the middle. It is complete to number 22, and he is off to the races. A couple of Trojans have a shot at him, and they finally grab him down around the 16 or 17-yard line. As Laudenschlager dragging him down out there. It's at the 18-yard line. 1st down, Halifax, and Trojan 18. 1st and 10 for the Halifax Wildcats on the Trojan 18. Bills looking to throw. Still has it. Dumps one down into the corner. Man is out there, and it is going to be I thought it was intercepted, but it's not. Laudenschlager out there breaking it up for UDA. A nice job that time by Laudenschlager. But there is a penalty flag back here at the line of scrimmage. And the call is going to be illegal procedure.
Against the Wildcats.
Illegal motion on the Cats. They talked to our lawyer out there, David P. Shell of Lycans.
1st down and 15.
Dave says, well, I don't know what to do. He said, email me the answer here. No, here he says, take them back. All right, they will. The bearded official out here takes them back to the 19-yard line, where it'll be first down and about 15 or so. Bills hands this one off on a reverse. Here comes 15, and there's no one around but a couple of Trojans, and I don't think they're going to catch him. Let's see. No, touchdown. Well, it ran over a couple of Trojans that time en route to that touchdown, and that makes it now a 34-7 score. Nice reverse that time. Caught the Trojans really off guard as the defense was all swinging around the left side over there, and they swung it back here and took it in for 6. Extra point try from that Mattis guy coming up.
Does the holding.
Low snap, but he handled it, and then this one's going to bounce over there as the snap was a little low. So the Wildcats attempt at an extra point fails, and it remains a 34-7 score. And Halifax will kick off here in just a moment. 2:09 remaining here in the first half of this one. 34-7 Wildcats. Monter and Minnick again back to receive this kick now, as we got a different kicker in there kicking this one off. This is Chubb or something like that. And it's going to get caught here by number 2, Lucas, at about the 30.
Returned by number 2.
And Jared returns it for about 2 or 3 yards out to the 34-yard line.
First down.
So it'll be first and 10 now on the 33-yard line. Make that first and 10 UD. Trojans have 2 minutes and 3 seconds to work with here in the first half. See if we can generate something. First and 10 from the UD 33. Same alignment in the backfield, Huffman and Minnick. And this time it's going to be Minnick, and he gets maybe a -1 or so on that one. Stevens having no luck at all tonight. And it'll be second down and 12.
Number 75.
Second down and 11 make it. Loss of 1 on the last play. Second down and 11. That Chris Ruff out there in almost every tackle. Whoa, hold the phone. Make it second down and 16. We'll see.
26.
Okay, second and 16 now. The Trojans are flagged for 5. Be second and 16. Up the middle with it comes Nick Huffman. Nick's still on his feet trying to get some extra yardage, but cannot do it. And it's going to be out to the 31-yard line. And then it'll be gain of about 4 or 5 on the play. And it'll be third. No, he actually only got about 2. So it'll be third and about 12. Announcer here says 13, but I'll give Nick the advantage here and make it a third down and 12. Ball's at the 30-yard line now of UDA. Clock down to 30 seconds left here in the first half of this football game. Faust to throw. Over the middle. Has a man out here. It's going to be Shell, and David tries to get his footing, but just can't quite. Darn close to the first down. In fact, they'll probably stop the clock and make a measurement on this one. It is very close. I think the Trojans should ask for a measurement, and they will with just 6 seconds remaining here now. And they're going to call a timeout to measure this one. We'll be back and see how this measures out here. It looks to me like it might be a little short, but the Trojans alertly asking for the measurement because it will stop the clock. Just 6 ticks left here in the first half. We'll watch this measurement. Yeah, short by about a foot or so. And I'll bring up a 4th down now for UD, and timeout called by Upper Dauphin. They will call time. Be right back. 4th and less than 1 here for UD, so the Trojans are going to have to go into a little different pass formation now, as they only have Nick Huffman lined up as a single man in the backfield. They go back to throw, looking, firing one down the left side over here. It is going to be incomplete as the buzzer sounds to end the first half of play. So we've had a 34-7 blitzing of the Trojans here by those Wildcats here at the end of one half of the ballgame. Back with the second half in just a moment. We're back now for the second half of tonight's ball game, as Halifax will kick off to the Trojans to begin the second half of play tonight here at Halifax. Motter and Minnick back again to receive for UDA. And the Trojans here in the second half will be without the services of Bo Hassinger, who is on the sidelines here, but Bo is walking rather slowly, and I'm not sure exactly what might have happened to Bo, but he won't be out there, that's for sure, as he has taken the equipment off. And on the initial kickoff here, we have number 2, it looks like Lucas. Or no, I beg your pardon, number 23, that's Chris Smith from UD. And he is tackled at the 31-yard line. So the Trojans will go to work here now and see if we can generate any kind of offense. 1,527 people observing this ball game tonight on homecoming night for the Halifax Wildcats. And they had a lovely court, as one might expect out here just moments ago. Faust will hand this one off. Stephen Minnick's going to try this side, but he's tackled from behind, coming in there to make the stop, number 15 for Halifax. Adam Mattis got in and got him quickly for a loss of 2. It'll be second down and 12. On a second and 12 now. Laudenschlager on the near side as the flanker. Shell in tight as a tight end on the right side of that UD Trojan line. Oh, wait a minute, something happened here. As the snap did not get off, or something happened, and it'll cost them 5. Bring up a second and 17. Unless, of course, Halifax declines the penalty, and they will not. So second and 17, illegal procedure, false start for UD.
Procedure against the Trojans.
Second and 17 now for UD, as the Trojans' woes continue here. Second and 17. Looking for a screen over on the right side. Got a man out there and has some blocking in front of him too, and so it's going to make some yardage out of this, as it's to Stephen Minnick, and a nice play, and the Trojans set that one up very nicely, as they had some good interference out there for Stephen that time. Stephen must feel like a new man out there that time, as he took the ball and had no black shirts all over him. So it's a first down for UDA, and that was a big play, covering about 17 or 18 yards. The Trojans needed 16 for the first down, so a good play. They have Chris Smith will be used as the flanker on the near side now. He's in there replacing Bo Hassinger for UDA. First and 10. Back to pass goes Faust, looking down this way. Man is out here. It's going to be incomplete, as he came over here for Sean Laudenschlager, and Sean just couldn't quite hang on to that one. And goes as an incompletion, bring up a second down and 10. Second and 10 now for UDA. Ball is at the 43-yard line of Upper Dauphin. Official calls timeout here momentarily for what, I'm not sure. But I think we're ready to go again now. And here we go. On a second and 10. Handoff up the middle with it goes Nick Huffman. Nick breaks a couple of tackles and dives down to the 44-yard line, 46-yard line rather, of Halifax. Nice run that time by tricky Nick Huffman. Nick's been doing okay tonight. He always gets up there and limps back. He looks like that Brown. Remember when Brown used to do that for Cleveland? He'd get hit and then he'd come back really slow, and then the next time he'd burn you. So I don't think Nick means that to do that, though. I think he's just hurting a little bit out there. It's a first down for UD on the 46-yard line of Halifax. Back to pass goes Faust. Fires one down this side. It is going to be intercepted by Bills, and Bills will take it upfield to the 40 and be tackled at about the 42-yard line. Coming up to make the stop on him is Aaron Kinch, 54, making the stop on Bills that time. But the ball's turned over, and Halifax will take over now, and their own 43-yard line. They spot it, first and 10. So Halifax with the ball for the first time here in the second half. And Bills looks them over. 44 Anderson around the left side. Down to the left side he goes, and he's going to go all the way. And there are no flags on the play that I see. And that was a, let's see, he was on the
57 yards.
57 yards, yeah. 57-yard touchdown run by Anderson that time. And that makes the score 40-7, and that extra point try coming up. Again, that Adam Mattis will look to put the extra point try through. He's been successful 4 out of 5 times, or 5 out of 6 times. I lost track. Here's his kick, and it is good.
It is good. With
So Mattis nails yet another one, and we've got a 41-7 score now. We'll be back with the Halifax kickoff in just one moment. 9:16 left in the third. Halifax, with their possession, goes 57 yards, or 53 yards, was it? Or whatever it was. 57, I guess it was, on one play. Halifax has her teed up now, getting set for the kickoff. Trojans with the M&Ms back there. Minnick and Motter. This one comes over on this side, taken at the 11. This is Kevin Motter to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, and bumped out of bounds at about the 26 or 7-yard line. Kevin Motter with a nice run back that time for UD.
Number 30, Micah Miller.
And once again, the Trojans will put the ball in play, this time at the 31-yard line of Upper Dauphin. 1st and 10 UD.
Kickoff.
This time they put a single set in the backfield. It's Nick Huffman back as the only running back behind Faust, and this time the ball is mishandled on the snap, and it looks to me like it might be Halifax coming up with the football, and it is. So when things go bad, they really go bad, and the Trojans turn it over at their own 31-yard line. 1st and 10, Halifax Wildcats.
78.
Okay, 1st and 10, Halifax on the Trojan 31-yard line. Bills throws over the screen, no good. Bad pass. The pass is low, intended for Wirtz, but he bounced it to him. So it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Wildcats. Bills hands this one off, and hey, they got a sack in the backfield this time. As coming up to meet him is number 70, and that's Robert Bueller. Robbie doing a good job that time. 57 in there. Also Joel Miller helping out on the stop, but Robbie Bueller in there making a big hit that time for a loss on the play. One of the few times that the Trojans have been able to get into that Halifax backfield. Loss of about 5 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and almost 15. 3rd and 14 for sure. So big play that time defensively for that Robbie Bueller. So keep it out of Anderson's hands. We got it made here. Passing, running down the right side, left side he goes, and he's tackled in there with another nice tackle. This time by that Kevin Motter coming up there and making the stop. Kevin's fired up. And Bill's getting up a little slowly back there. As a matter of fact, he's going to leave the ball game as Motter really put a hit on him. And Bills is going to have to leave the ball game now as the official sends him out of there, because he is a hurting pup right at the moment. And they'll bring in number 5 as the QB for at least a couple of plays. We'll see. 7:50 left here in the 3rd period. Halifax looking at a 4th down and 12. The Trojans ought to be able to hold them here, one would think, on a 4th and 12. New QB in there for at least this play. Handoff is over here to 15, and the Trojans are going to stop him. Nick Huffman coming up there and making a good low tackle on him. And Nick is a little slow getting up himself here. Nick's going to be hurting tonight, too. He's like he's got maybe a hip pointer or something, Nick. He looks like he's suffering of some kind of a leg problem at any rate. But the Trojans have held out here as the Bammer comes off the field for UD. And we have 18 back into the ball game. Must have suited himself back up again because Bo Hassinger is back in there. Here he is, and moments ago when the second half began, Bo was on the sideline with his jersey and pads off. So they fixed him up, sent him back out there. It's good to see Bo back out in the lineup. Back to pass goes Faust. He's got to look. He's got to get tackled and sacked all the way back around the 15-yard line. Somewhere back there.
Quarterback
As he could not
backfield by number 75.
find anybody to throw to, and Chris Ruff, the big lineman for Halifax, come in and threw him back for a big loss back to the 18-yard line. They spot it. Second and 20. Hassinger comes back off now. Bo back out of the ball game for UD. And Chris Smith in there to replace him. Faust will drop back. He's getting another big rush, and this time he's going to be tackled. So in defense of Brian Faust, he is absolutely getting no blocking. I mean, these guys are coming in there just pouring in. It's like a leak in the dam out there because, hey, he doesn't get a chance to set up. He doesn't even get a chance to really back up. These guys are in there about as fast as the football is. He gets the football, and they got him. So need a little bit of blocking out there on that line, and give credit to the Halifax Wildcats. They are really booming in there. Throwing him all the way back to the 5-yard line now. So Trojans facing a third down and a ton here. If they go back anymore, they're going to be in Enders. Well, that time they try to give it to Nick Huffman, see if he can get anywhere, but nothing going on there as Nick is dragged down, and Nick ever so slow getting up. Nick rolling around out there, and now he's going to get himself up, but boy, Nick is awfully slow getting up there. Into the game comes Jason Henninger now. He'll be punting from in his end zone. And Nick's going to come off now and be replaced in there by Bobby Keeney. But Nick is a tough guy, always wants to play good football, and he is hurting, and that makes him mad. Here's Henninger with a punt. Line drive type out here, not too high, and gets a good UD roll, however. And it's going to roll out of bounds over around the 37-yard line, something like that.
37.
So it'll be first and 10 now for Halifax on the UD 37. 5 minutes, 10 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. 41-7 Halifax, and they have the football. Well, at least temporarily, Bill's not in the ball game. Kyle Miller is the quarterback for Halifax now, as Bills went out, and perhaps with a 41-7 lead, they're going to leave him out. Miller drips back to throw one, dumps one down this way. It is going to be incomplete. A little bit underthrown. Some good pressure put on in there that time by
second down.
Hunter of UD, putting some good pressure on him that time and forcing the pass probably before Miller was ready to throw it. And so I'll bring up a second and 10. All right, second and 10. And now Bills is back into the ball game. Throws a screen over the right side. It is complete to 15 or 18, whoever it was. Stevie Wirtz. It's good for about a couple of yards. There was a fumble, but the Kyle Jury of the Wildcats recovered the fumble. And the gain of 3 on the play will be third down and 7.
Gain of 3, third down, 7.
Gain of 3 on the last play makes it third and 7. Hey, and this time they almost, and then they're going to throw a pass over here for Bills. Look at this play, and he bangs into a couple of would-be tacklers and is thrown out of bounds over here, but wow. Got players all over the place here now as that razzle-dazzle play was good for a first down.
Down to the 24-yard line.
About at the 24-yard line the way it looks. Yeah, just inside the 25-yard line, so bunch of razzle-dazzle on that play. Wow, looked like a strict reverse, but then on the reverse, the guy passed it over to Bills, who was standing over here, and he was able to pick up about 9 yards on the play. Well, here's Bills first and 10. Yeah, here comes that 15. He's going to be grabbed in there by Robbie Bueller, who made the initial hit on him. Bueller grabbed it and got a lot of help from some of his friends. 57 in there, Miller, also helping to make that stop, along with Grape. And Bueller, though, made the initial hit. No gain, second and, well, almost 1 second and 9. On a 2nd and 9 now. Bills pitches this one over there for Anderson. Anderson down the left side. Anderson dives down to about the 12. Now the ball might have come loose there, but they say he was down.
Anderson on the carry across the 10-yard
That's enough for the first down. As a matter of fact, it'll be 1st and goal for the Wildcats now at the 7-yard line, or the 8-yard line. 1st and goal. Halifax is a pretty hefty squad up front there. 59 big. Ruff, of course, Chris Ruff is very big. Bills hands this one off to number 30, and he'll drag it down near the goal line. Micah got down to about the 1. There's no indication that he got across, and they say he did not, but boy, he got to be awfully close. Kevin Motter making the stop. But the Wildcats looking to put their 47th point in the board here now. If you can drive this in, they're about, a couple of maybe foot or two short. Will Bills sneak this one over? No, gives it to 30 again. He should be in. He is. Micah Miller in for 6, making it a 47-7 score. And that extra point try will be upcoming here in just a moment. Tyler Chubb now in there to make an extra point try. Instead of that Mattis, I think it was before, Adam Mattis. And it's good. So Tyler Chubb knows how to kick him in there also, and that makes it a 48-7 ball game, and we'll be right back. 48-7 with 1:57 remaining in the 3rd. Well, here's that kickoff now for Halifax.
Jonathan Weaver.
Right down the middle of the field, taken at the 11, picked up, and then Kevin Motter will start it up the right side over there. Still on his feet, staggering ahead. Let's see, drawing a crowd out there at about the 25-yard line somewhere.
Kevin Motter.
Kevin did a good job of picking that one back up and running it back up here. Kevin shaking his head a little bit after that one, saying, what the heck? But anyway, it's 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line now of UDA. Minute 23 left here in the 3rd period, and the clock continues to move on down here now. Minnick and Huffman in the backfield for UD. Split out wide on the near side is that Chris Smith. And the slot over here with him is Laudenschlager. Back to pass goes Faust. Dumps one down the right side. It's incomplete. Intended out there for Shell. But David with pretty good coverage out there, and the ball overthrown, so it'll bring up a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 now for UD. Faust might have changed things at the line of scrimmage this time as he looks back to give somebody a signal. He'll hand this one off, and trying to pick his way up the middle is Stephen Minnick, and Stephen getting nowhere at all tonight. Nope. Stephen just can't get any openings to cut through. Lost about a yard, be 3rd and 11. With that last play, the quarter came to an end, so the Halifax crowd very delighted. The Trojan crowd impatient to get this one over with now, as it's 48-7 with 12 minutes to play. Okay, the final period about to unwind here now. It's 3rd and 11 for UD. They're traveling east now towards the full moon here at Halifax. Back to pass goes Faust, and in to get him is that number 5, and that's that Miller, I think.
Faust tackled in the backfield by number 5, Kyle Miller.
Kyle Miller coming in there quickly to make the sack on Brian that time. And again, Brian with absolutely no protection back there is tackled quickly. And that'll bring up a 4th down. And so again, Jason Henninger in there to punt for UD. Good snap and a punt away nicely. Going to come down here and be taken on the run at the 43-yard line. Here comes 49 around the left side, looking for some running room. Grabbed in there by Miller. By
49, Johnny
Joel Miller, I think, grabbed him initially. Henninger and
27-yard line. First down for the Wildcats.
Kevin Motter helping, but 57, Joel Miller making the initial hit on him. Grabbed him and held him up there. So Halifax in excellent position at the 28-yard line of UD. Okay, 1st and 10 now from the 28-yard line. Bills still in the ball game as Halifax with that 41-point lead. And Bills has it. Cuts it up the middle. Bills over the right side. Got a blocker out in front of him there, and I think it's rough. And Bills will take it all the way down to the
Travis Bills on the keeper.
8 or 7 or 8-yard line, something like that. Whereas he is hit as he keeps it and runs it all the way down there. Joel Miller with the stop again for UD. It'll be 1st and goal for Halifax.
Ball is down to the...
And it looks like it's going to be placed at about the 7.
First down and goal for the
Wildcats. 1st and goal Wildcats. 10 minutes left here in the ball game. Okay, that's a 1st and goal. 37 with it, cuts it down to about the 3-yard line, maybe.
Chubb on the carry.
It was Chubb.
Stopped by number 57,
to about the 4, maybe they'll put it. Let's see. Yeah, about the 4-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 4. Apparently they don't have that rule anymore where if the lead is so much after a certain time that you go and keep the clock running. So the clock, they're not doing that this year again as Chubb goes in for the touchdown, makes it 54-7. And an extra point try coming up. They don't have that mercy ruling or whatever the heck it was called because UD could use it right at the moment. As we've got 9:13 left here and the clock stopped with the extra point try for Halifax coming up here. They'd like to add their 55th point. Weaver looks for the extra point now. Anderson with the hold out there this time. They've been pretty successful. Now I think they might have taken too much time. And that is indeed the call. And that'll set them back and make it look more like a field goal than an extra point try now as the ball gets set back to the 8-yard line. And we'll see what kind of a leg this young 62 has here as he'll attempt this one. Ball will be placed at the 15. So it'll be effectively a 25-yard attempt. Kick is up. The kick is no good. Off to the left. And so the score remains 54-7 with 9 minutes 13 seconds left here in the ball game. Looks like Adam Mattis will kick off here for Halifax. He has her teed up. And let's see what happens here. Here's a low kick. Going to go over there, and Kenny Batts is going to watch out when it roll out of bounds. And the penalty flags are thrown, and the Trojans will have the option of taking it on the 35-yard line or having them re-kick from the 35. I think the Trojans will take it on the 35, and that's where they'll put it in play. So the Trojans take over right now on the 35-yard line, 1st and 10 with 9:13 left in the ball game.
Next football for the Wildcats will be next Friday.
Okay, 1st and 10 now for the Trojans on their own 35-yard line. That's where they'll start out following the out-of-bounds kickoff. Stay back here a little bit, see what they do with this 1st and 10 play. Nick Huffman will get the handoff, and Nick chases it up the middle and got some good yardage. Nick out to the 47, or check that, out to the 43-yard line rather. Pick up about 7 on the play for Nick. It'll be 2nd down and 3. Nick has that Jimmy Brown look, I'm telling you. Makes a good hard nose run and then staggers back to the lineup. All right. I think he'll say, hey, there's nothing staggering about that, Dale. I can't move anymore. He looks like a pooped young fella out there. At any rate, it is 2nd down and 3. Faust would like to throw this one. He's looking. He's firing one down this way. We got a man out here, Slodenschlager. Oh, and he's going to be bumped off of that play as he is defended by a couple of guys, and Sean unable to bring that one in.
Dusty Fox and number 37, Tyler Chubb.
That was an incompletion, and we'll bring up a Third down and 3. On a 3rd down and 3. Trojans would like to at least keep the football and keep those Wildcats off the board again if we can. Up the middle with it goes Nick Huffman. He's got 3 and then some as he dives to the midfield stripe out there. Nice run by Tricky Nick, picking up just about 7 on the play. Nice burst again by Nick. Look at him walking back there. Yes, sir. All right. Way to go, Nick. 1st and 10 UD. Ball on the Halifax side of the 50-yard line. And they call that the 49 in real football announcers jargon. That's the 49. Way to go, Nick. Got it in Halifax territory. 6:40 left here in the ball game. Faust will pitch it back here for Minnick, and Minnick slows it down and is dragged down without any gain on that play. Now Steven might have wanted to bust that one a little harder, maybe. I'm not sure. Kind of ran into a pile over here and stop for no gain. Will be 2nd and 10. All right, we'll try it again now on a 2nd and 10. Handoff is to Nick. Up the middle he goes. Nick drags it ahead for 5. Down to the 44-yard line of Halifax. It'll bring up a 3rd down and about 5.
Jonathan Weaver advances to the 44. 3rd down, 4.
3rd down and about 4. Stands start to empty out over a little bit. That's why the jerky motion on the camera now as people start to leave. Back to pass goes Faust. Right over the middle. It's complete out here to Shell. Shell at the 20 and
complete to number 10,
down at the 26.
By number 37, Tyler Chuck.
Nice pass that time and a good receive by that Dave Shell.
27.
On the 27-yard line, David was knocked out of bounds there. Good pass that time from Faust and hit Shell right over the middle. I like that play there where Dave gets the slant in and Brian can hit him pretty much on the run. It's been successful a few times in the past couple of ball games. Now in the fullback position out there is, that's right, the Bammer, Kenny Bam Bam Batts, running fullback for UD. Handoff is to Minnick, and Minnick around the left side over there stretches it out, and he's down with a fine run that time by Minnick. That's best run of the night for Steven. Taking it all the way down there before Brian Hoover knocks him out of bounds. But it'll be at the 16-yard line, or 13-yard line. 1st down, UDA. 3 minutes, 55 seconds. And the clock is put in motion now, so apparently he wasn't out of bounds, or I think that would have stopped the clock. But it did not. So we're down to 3:40. Faust looking him over out here. Trojans looking to get there. Here's a handoff to Batts. Kenny cuts it up the middle. Kenny Batts in for 6, I think. Yes, he is. Kenny the Bam Bam Batts goes in from 13 yards out. Way to go, Kenny B. That's my man, Kenny Batts out there. Way to go, Ken. His entourage over here whooping it up here on the sidelines, and Kenny gets himself 6. Attaboy, Ken. All right, that makes it a 13-point score for UD, and the Trojans will try to add on one more. Nice run that time by Ken. You can see him go off that left tackle spot and then cut it up the middle. Kenny got himself 6. 2-point try coming up here for UD. Faust looking, dumps one over here. It is going to be incomplete. A little bit underthrown. Man out here to receive that one was Laudenschlager, but no way that he could get a hold of that one. But the Trojans are on the board again. They scored for the 2nd time tonight, and it's now with 3 minutes, 26 seconds remaining here in the ball game. It's 54-13, and UD will be kicking off here to the Halifax Wildcats. Jason Henninger has her teed up here now as we get set to kick off to the Wildcats. Here's the kick. Low kick, going to squirt over here, be picked up on his knees and hold everything. That means Mr. Miller here is already down. Taken there by number 5 Miller. but downed at the same time. So you'll put it at the 18-yard line where the Wildcats will put it 1st and 10 on their own 18. Justin Weiss checks into the ball game. Also, Zach Buffington in there, number 12 now for UD, playing out this ball game with 3 minutes left as Miller at the quarterback spot for Halifax hands this one off, and over the right side he goes, and he's tackled in there by several Trojans.
Dustin Houts.
Houts with the carry that time. Last man getting up of that pile is number 28. Oh, it says Kyle Barter made the stop on him. Kyle Barter is indeed in there, 32. It looked like Bobby Keeney getting off the pile last there. Yep. We'll see these guys, these junior varsity guys, on coming Monday. I think it's the 27th. This time it's going to be number 9. He's dragged down on an excellent tackle made in there by number 82, and that's Henninger. Making the stop for UD, Jason Henninger, putting their wraps on him pretty quickly. Keeney will come out, number 26 in there for UD. 26 is that Harry Weaver for UDA. 1:50 left here in the game. Pitch over there for that number 40-something, and up the middle he comes with it, and look out. He could be off to the races. He's got one man, might catch him, Henninger, and Henninger grabs him and spins him down. All right. Henninger stopped the Halifax Wildcat. He was the last bit of defense for us, and Jason Henninger hit him. Flag laying down here at the 40-yard line, however. So this one might be coming back. There could be a clip or a hold out here. We shall see. It's against Halifax, and it looks like it was a hold. Illegal block. So that'll bring this one back. 76, Teeter goes into the ball game. He'll replace the Bammer Bats in there for UD. Here we go now as the clock winds are down. A minute 21. Pitch over there for that number 49 guy. The same kind of a play. And again, this time it's going to be Barter making the stop in there for UD.
Number 32, Kyle Barter.
Kyle Barter making a big hit for Upper Dauphin. And out comes Buffington now for UD. He'll check out of the ball game. 87 in there for UDA. Don't know who these guys are now. I don't have the clipboard available, but they're in there. 48 seconds left. Time for a play or two. Pitch back over here for 12, and he's going to be grabbed down there as Kinch grabs a hold of him. He ran right into Aaron, and Aaron just smothered him out there. And we got 35 seconds left. No gain on that play. It'll be 3rd down and 6.
3rd down.
Ball is at the 36-yard line of Halifax. Final play of the ball game coming up now as we've got 20 seconds remaining. So Halifax will run one more and it'll be over. And thank goodness for the Trojans. They get out of here without too many injuries, although it looks like there's a couple guys shaken up, and of course Jimmy Savage out the entire night. Here's the final play of the game, and goes over to 24. He's tackled over there by a couple of Trojans, but that's going to do it as the Trojans drop this one to Halifax by a big score, 54-13, and the Trojans will look to avenge that thing next year over there at UDA. So good ball game for the Halifax Wildcats. Not a very good ball game for the Trojans, as they were really not in this one all the way from the very beginning, and just kind of started off bad and went downhill from there. So the Trojans will regroup, and they will be back next week when we play at home and host those, I think, Millersburg Indians, I think, come up next week over there at UDA. So congratulations to the Halifax squad. They played one heck of a fine ball game here tonight. And the Trojans, without some of their ball players, will try to get it back together again next week at home. So we say goodnight to you from Halifax. The final score again, Halifax 54 and the UDA Trojans 13. So but to forget this one and erase the chalkboard and try something new next week and see if we can't generate a little more offense and play some good D and pick up another victory. So the Trojans now go 1-3 in the early going of the season here now, and Halifax remains unbeaten and goes to 4-0. So we'll see you next week at home. Good night from Halifax.